All right, so Rockstar just released 63 brand new screenshots, so I'm going to overanalyze every single one. Let's go. So in this first shot here, we have these two guns that, first of all, I just want to say look insane. We can see that we have two guns, one for Jason and one for Lucia. So let's start off with Lucia's gun on the bottom right. It is the GTA 6 equivalent of a Glock 17, if I'm not mistaken, and we can see that it actually has Lucia's name engraved on the side right here. And then it has some hearts with arrows going through it, as well as some flowers, and it overall just looks insanely nice. Then moving on to Jason's gun, we see his name right here. We see his initials engraved on the bottom right here. And then we see this saying, this slogan right here, Sua Sponte. And at first I didn't know what this means, but I did some research and it actually means of one's own accord, but it's also used by Army Rangers, signifying the Rangers' ability to act and deploy rapidly on their own initiative. So this may confirm that Jason is an Army Ranger. Then we have this candle in the top left, and we can see how the glass interacts with the light inside. We see all of these little tiny shimmers and glare on the glass itself. Super realistic. And then we have a stack of $100 bills folded up. And then on the right side of the image, we have what I'm assuming is water with a palm tree in the reflection. The only reason I'm not so sure is because it's so clear. Like you can see the palm tree so clearly that I almost don't even know if it's a reflection or if this is just like some wallpaper or something, but I think it's a reflection. I think they're on the side of a pool. For this next image here, we have this mechanic right here. And first of all, I just want to start off with what he's wearing. So he has this sun visor on his head that says Redwood, which if you're not aware, Redwood is a brand of cigarettes in the GTA universe. Then he's wearing this tank top here, which says Women's World Auto Salvage Co. And then this number right below it, 305-555-0144. And again, 305 is a real life Florida area code, and it's also an area code used in GTA 6, which we see a lot of. A lot of people have this exact same area code. And we also see this exact same phone number in the background right here behind him. It's kind of blurry, but you can see it right there as well. Then in the immediate bottom left foreground, you can see an exposed engine bay showing a highly detailed radiator, pulleys, and a textured serpentine belt with text on it. This level of detail makes me wonder how advanced car customization as well as I guess repairs will be in GTA 6, but from everything we've seen, I think it's fair to say the car customization is going to be crazy in this game. Then in the back, we see this muscle car right here with this American flag design on it, and then on the complete opposite side, we have this high value classic racer with the number 36 on it. Finding a vintage high-value classic sports car on the right here in a dusty, run-down, decrepit salvage yard like this may imply that he does more than just standard, typical car repairs. He may be dealing with high-end, exotic, or even potentially stolen imports and not just standard scrap. Then we have this next screenshot here, and the file name for this screenshot is actually PTT_store. So I'm not sure what PTT is, but if we look in the background, we can actually see some graffiti on the wall with a gun that says PTT inside. So maybe it's an acronym for something. And one of the first things I notice about this screenshot in particular is just how much color is in this image. I mean, this guy here holding this gun that looks like some sort of Uzi or something like that. He has pink and blue gloves. This guy in the background has a similar color scheme, like that cotton candy pink and blue color scheme on his motorcycle. This guy recording him has bright neon green hair. The girl on the back of the motorcycle has bright purple hair. These two people here both have red hair. This guy here with the blue and pink gloves, he's holding a bright neon green gun with some bright pink sunglasses. Like there is just so much color in this game. It's so vibrant. You can also see that this room is kind of smoky, and the smoke is actually being picked up by the neon motorcycle's headlights. It's also being picked up by both overhead lights on the ceilings right here. And it's also being picked up by the flash of the guy recording right here. Next, we're inside of this auto shop right here, and this car front and center, in the front of it, it says Albany. And if you aren't aware what Albany is, they are an American luxury automotive manufacturer that have appeared previously in previous Grand Theft Auto games. And if we take a look at the bottom half of this car right here, we can see a bunch of dirt and grime built up, which is super realistic. I also noticed this crack on the floor, and you may be wondering, oh, why is that important? Well, look at this mirror right here. That's the same crack on the floor. You even see that little divot where it splits off. It's reflected on the mirror perfectly. We also get a pretty good shot at some cars in the background. First of all, this car right here that is propped up, we can look at the license plate, and I'm just going to prop up a picture of a real Florida license plate on the screen right now. And yeah, they nailed it. This part isn't really some like secret hidden info, but just look at the lighting in this area. It just looks so realistic. Like if you showed me this, I probably at first would think it's just a real photo from real life. Now you remember that iconic shot of Jason's house from the second trailer? Well, we get a way better look at it right here. We see some vehicles on the bottom. We see Jason's personal car right here. We see a motorcycle, and then we also see a kayak tucked away. We also see this weathered basketball hoop right here, and it makes me wonder if we're actually going to be able to use it or if it's just there for show. A lot of this we've already seen though from trailer 2, so there's not much new info, but if we look in the background, we get a better look at these little islands over here, which are pretty cool. And speaking of this little orange kayak right here, this next shot shows us Jason in the water actually using it. And dude, oh my god, look at this water. Like, I know they spent billions of dollars on this water physics for this game, but this is ridiculous. Like, this looks like real life. We can see the paddle blade perfectly being reflected in the water as well, and even bending to the waves of the ocean. We can also see this branding here on the back of the kayak. It says Crest, so I guess this will be a kayak manufacturer in the game, perhaps. And off to the left side of this image, we can see some fishing rods posted up on this dock here, as well as a large seabird taking flight right next to them. We can also see all of the mangroves in the background, giving us a deeper look into the terrain of this area. We can also see the individual water droplets suspended mid-air from him using his kayak paddle. Then we have this shot here of Jason and Lucia, and Jason Loki looks like Billy Ray Cyrus. We've seen Jason with multiple hairstyles throughout the different trailers and screenshots, but here's another look into a completely different hairstyle we've never seen before, as well as a completely different facial hairstyle that we've also never seen before. And then on the right side of this image here on top of the glass window, we see a sign saying Sarah's Unisex Salon with a number with the area code 786. And once again, this is another Florida area code in real life too. Directly below the window decal, we can see specific services being listed, such as perms, relaxers, color, extensions, braids, styling, blow dry, cut. That combined with Jason's yee-ass haircut makes me think that hair customization in this game will be crazy and unlike anything we've ever seen before. Much better than GTA 5. Next, directly beside him, we have Lucia, who's also sporting a new look. She has these dark shades on and this neon bomber jacket. And if we zoom in on her stomach, we can actually see her abs poking through, as well as we can see individual little tiny birthmarks and freckles as well. Then this next shot here takes us inside of the hair salon, where we have Jason with a closer up view, showing off his nice new mullet and his new hoop earrings as well. Just off the lighting alone, this really looks to me like it was taken via a phone with the flash on. That in combination with the fact that we don't see Lucia here and Jason's crazy hairstyle, I think that Lucia is the one behind the camera taking the picture. I feel like this may be from some mission where they need to have some sort of disguise, so they go to the salon, he gets a funny hairstyle, and she laughs at him and takes a picture, and he's looking all grumpy because he knows he looks stupid. This also gives us a nice look at Jason's skin up close, and we can see all of the little blemishes and imperfections on his skin, which, again, super realistic. Then in the background, we have these two NPCs here. I'm assuming both of these women work at this salon. We have this one here behind the cash register, and then this one here scrolling on her smartphone. Then it cuts to this shot here of Lucia in the exact same outfit getting her nails done, which again, I think this strongly points towards this being the prep for some sort of mission where they have to change their look. She's wearing this shirt here, which I honestly can't tell what this design even is. I think I see like a sun with an eyeball and then some marbles and then some metallic, distorted, stretched texture. I don't even know. This looks like some sort of optical illusion. If you guys know what this is, please tell me, because I'm kind of going crazy trying to figure out what it even is that I'm looking at. In the background, we see this poster. I think it's a movie poster with this couple kissing. I wonder what the movies and TV shows in GTA 6 will be like. If you guys remember on GTA 5, there's their own channels where you can watch the little cartoons and stuff like that. You can watch the news, etc. I wonder if they'll overhaul that feature of the game as well, and we'll have a whole bunch of new movies and shows to watch. All right, we are back on the water. No more outfit changes. This shot here shows Jason and Lucia on this little speedboat here. And on the back of the boat, actually, we see this yellow scuba tank. This strongly implies that underwater exploration is returning and that players might be able to physically interact with or equip diving gear directly from specific boats rather than relying on automatic outfit changes. And look, I don't want to be that guy, but if we look at the front of the boat, we see these folded up towels and they're just perfectly sitting there. Meanwhile, the boat is actively sailing through the ocean, which is kind of weird. You think that they'd be flying around. Then on the back beside the scuba tank, we see that it says the word Squallow, which is a classic high-speed boat model that has been in the GTA franchise for over 2 decades now. We get a nice view of Vice City in the background, and we can see just how colorful it's going to be at night with all of these different RGB lights in the background on all of these buildings. I mean, it almost looks like cyberpunky a little bit. We can also see in the water some lights being reflected. We have this green light right here in the water being reflected, and then off in the background we have these pink purple lights also being reflected in the water. And then if we stop looking at the water for a second and look up, we see a flock of birds in the sky as well as a helicopter. So this proves that the sky is going to be just as busy as the ocean. Then it cuts to this shot here of them on the exact same boat, but this time it's daytime and there are some curious little dolphins swimming up to them. But there's another animal in this image. Can you see it? Yeah, there's a bird on top of their boat. We also see on the bottom left, it's partially cut off, but there is the Shih Tzu manufacturer logo. And Shih Tzu is a long-standing parody manufacturer in the GTA universe. They make motorcycles and boats, and this confirms that they're making their return in GTA 6. We also see Jason holding 2 beverages. They look like E-Cola to me. I'm not sure. It looks like maybe some different branding, like some special edition, maybe a different flavor or something, but it looks like that E-Cola logo. We also have this cooler right beside Jason, and it could just be for drinks, but I'm hoping it's a place that could double as storage for fish after you catch them. We also get a better look at the scuba gear down here, and yeah, it's scuba gear. It's back to nighttime again, and we have Jason and Lucia on that exact same boat, but this time they're being chased by police on their police boat, as well as this police helicopter right here. And the guy hanging out of the helicopter is aiming a rifle at Jason, and Jason is aiming his rifle at this guy here, who is also aiming his rifle back at Jason. We can see the ripples of water directly underneath the helicopter on the right. This shows that the game's physics engine is calculating the physical downward draft of the helicopter blades and applying it in real time. We can also see, since it's nighttime, that both boats on their back have some sort of underwater light, which is lighting up the ocean and making it this light blue color. We also see again that the towel is in the exact same spot untouched, and the scuba gear is also in the exact same spot untouched, even in this high-speed chase. I'm not saying that it should fly off and go into the ocean. I'm just pointing it out. This next shot here shows Jason and Lucia once again, but we're back on land now, and the background features a massive colorful mural on a building labeled Stock 305. This heavily implies the existence of an art district, and if we're looking close, I think that this was modeled after the Wynwood neighborhood in Miami. They're both on this van here, and the pink decals on the van read 1.999.art.tour and Stockyard Art Tours. The 1999 format is a legacy GTA phone number convention, which confirms that players will maybe likely able to still pull out their in-game phone to dial numbers that they see in the open world to trigger events and missions and dialogue. As for Jason and Lucia, Lucia's rocking a new haircut, and she also has this glamorous fur coat on. I really like the way that each of the strands of fur catches the sunlight in a different way. And then she has this pink dress on with a textured fabric, which also, again, super detailed. And then we have Jason, who is once again sporting a new hairstyle. This time it is a mohawk, and the van that he's on is wrapped head to toe in this cool, trippy eyeball type design. Then we have another picture of Jason with another haircut. Honestly, in this picture here, he kind of looks like Arthur and Dutch's son. Now we're back to the area that we were in the photo before the last photo. There's not really a lot of new information here. We've kind of already seen everything, but we get a closer look at the details on the wall and the sign. This next shot here is Lucia, and this time she's the one with the different haircut, and it looks like she has a little bob going on, and then she's wearing this leather zip up top, as well as this black skirt. The location seems to be inside of some sort of clothing store, as we can see a rack of t-shirts in the back left, as well as this illuminated glass display case with some bucket hats featured inside of it. And then on the far right end, we have another glass display case, but this time there are some necklaces inside of it. She's also in front of some wooden table box type of thing, and it is loaded with stickers. This next shot here is absolutely insane. We have this shot here of this vapid buggy going through the mud, and look at the detail on the mud itself. This looks like real life. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, look at it. There's even mud on the back being kicked up by the back tires. As well as if we look at the front windshield, we can look at the windshield wipers and see that they are actually doing something. They're not just sitting there, they're actively working. We also get another reference to Women's World, which is that junkyard / mechanic we seen at the beginning of the video, with this advertisement on the side of the truck here. If we look in the distance, I also think this is our first shot at real fog in GTA 6. So this is what you can expect the game to look like on a nice foggy day. You can see the view distance is cut off, and trees that are in the distance kind of fade out of vision. I want you to take another look at the mud. This time, look at the tire tracks that you can see in the mud. It appears as though the tires are actually deforming the ground underneath it and creating puddles. This is insanely realistic, and it's making me wonder, if you don't have the right tires, could you potentially get stuck in an area like this? We're back to looking at Jason and Lucia again, and this time they are sporting, once again, another unique look. Lucia now has braids with some styled edges, and she's wearing a red denim jacket with tiger print boots. One thing that really stuck out to me is the texture of Lucia's skin on her legs. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of hard to see, but she has this kind of like marbling that you see in real life on people, usually with fairer skin. I don't know if it's like their veins showing underneath their skin or what it is, but I see it quite a bit, and she has that, which is crazy attention to detail. Next, Jason and Lucia both have what appears to be matching hand tattoos, but while Lucia's is placed perfectly on the top of her hand, Jason's is a little bit off-centered, which may mean that you can place your tattoos wherever you want on your body. It's not just in some predetermined location. We then cut to this shot here of Jason in the exact same outfit that we seen earlier, and we can get a closer look at the back of his shirt, which has flamingos, flowers, palm trees, and a speedboat with the Vice City skyline in the background. Just some really strong Vice City vibes from this one. There's really not much else to be said. I mean, it's literally just the exact same outfit that he was just wearing and then a blank background. We then have this shot here of Lucia, who is also in the same outfit she was just wearing, but this time it's from a different angle, so we can actually see underneath her red denim jacket, she has a bralette or some sort of bikini. We can also see that she has a bruise on her knees. Not sure what that's from, but I'm going to move on. This seems to be some sort of fashion showcase. I think they're showcasing what you get for buying this edition because they just keep showing images of Lucia and Jason in these same outfits, but we are getting some different angles. And listen, this outfit is not leaving much to the imagination. I already am just imagining the other crazy like outfit combinations that we can put on her. Not that I'm going to do that, but like I already know other people are going to do that. But I do think this outfit is super cool on Lucia. And I also like Jason's outfit. Kind of gives like tropical beach summer vibes, you know, which I'm sure is what they're going for. And for whatever reason, in this picture in specific, Jason's chest looks so huge. Please tell me I'm not tripping. Like something just looks wrong. And then here we actually see them posing in front of this car. And in the background, we have some buildings. We have the city. We have some palm trees. And we have Lucia holding a very interesting gun, which we will get to later. Then we have this person here. I'm not sure if this is Jason or if this is a character that we're not familiar with, but he is wearing a white ski mask, a white t-shirt, some white pants, some white shoes, and he's in front of Electric Fang Tattoo. We can see this poster in the background that says "Your Fate, the Change You Need," with a hand that has change falling out from between the fingers. And then above it, we have this poster of this wolf here that says "Journey into something something, you're free, find us within, and another world." I literally have no idea what this could possibly be for, but it's a cool poster. And then if we actually take a look inside the tattoo shop, we get to see some of the tattoo designs that we may be able to get in game. It looks like a lot of gothic theme and some other ones, but overall it looks pretty cool. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more options than just this. I'm really excited to see what we can actually do with tattoos in GTA 6. I know it's gonna be crazy. It then cuts to this shot inside the tattoo parlor, and we have Lucia rocking a very different haircut. She has a buzz cut this time, and the person giving her a tattoo has that same white mask, same white shirt, same white pants, but I really don't think it's that same guy. This looks like a girl, and the person outside in the last scene looked like a man. We have a lot of very small but very common details that you would normally find in a tattoo shop in the background, such as this saran wrap, these gloves, this spray, this paper towel, and all of the other things in the background too. Now we have what looks like Jason inside the same tattoo parlor with two tattoo artists in the background. And I'm not gonna lie, the interior of this tattoo parlor I think would send me into a full-blown psychosis. I don't know why every wall is white and black. It reminds me of that artist who like doodled over his entire house black and white. Then we have this shot here of Jason and Lucia wearing some Vice City Leonida merch. Jason is wearing a white t-shirt with a crocodile wearing sunglasses that says Vice City Leonida under it. And then Lucia is wearing a shirt that has various animals wearing sunglasses as well as a sun. So you have the sun, alligator, what looks like a manatee, flamingo, and then they both have matching hats. In the background, we see the exact same design from Lucia's shirt on that wall back there. And then we see this guy down here in the background. It's kind of hard to see because it's blurry, but he's taking his little boat through this murky water. Now, you remember that revolver that Lucia was holding earlier that I said we'd get back to later? So that is it right here. We have the Ultimate Edition Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers. So if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you get these revolvers in game. And here's a cool shot, close-up of the revolver that Jason is holding. Huge scope on it. Seems really fun to use in game. Now let's move on to the cars that you get from the Ultimate Edition. So starting off here, we have this Sirius Blue Aqua car right here. Then we have this vehicle that says Riata on the side, and we can see a lot of dirt and grime built up on the side and front of the car. Now, if you remember back to the beginning of the video, we've seen this junkyard here, and this car was on the right side. So now we get a closer look at it. The sticker on the back looks like it says Duck Super with a little picture of a duck. We also get our first look at the interior of a car here with these screenshots right here, and it looks really nice, really clean, really realistic. I really have no complaints. Now, the rest of these we've seen before, so I'm just going to show them up on screen right here. We have Jason's car. We have that car with the American wrap that we've seen at the beginning. We have that buggy that was going through the mud. We have that Squallow boat that we've seen earlier, as well as some other cars that look cool. We have a dirt bike. We have other things. I'm just showing them quickly because there are so many pictures of cars and none of them really show much of the background at all. But overall, looks really cool. I'm really excited for the cars in this game. All right, now we move on to the GTA 6 Vintage Vice City pack. First of all, I'm almost positive that their outfits here were inspired by Gina and Tony Montana. And in the background, we get another clear shot of Ocean View Hotel. I really love the way this game looks at night with all of the different lighting. I mean, you have blue lights over here, you have pink lights over here, you have purple lights over here. There's just so many different lights. It really looks like Cyberpunk 2.0. They then show us a close-up of both Jason and Lucia, and oh my god, Jason looks completely different to me in here. Like, he does not look at all like the Jason that I remember. He looks like some 80s sci-fi main character from some movie. And then Lucia as well, with her curly hair, her different makeup that she did. She's still got them hoop earrings in. I swear she never takes those off. But she looks completely different as well. She also looks like she's from some 80s movie. Overall, they nailed this vibe, the vintage Vice City pack. I mean, it's literally called that. And it definitely looks like vintage Vice City, so hats off to Rockstar. Also, I like this shot a lot because we get a clear view of the background. Well, not clear, it's blurry, but we get to see the background, and it looks, again, so nice at nighttime with all of the different lights. One of the prettiest skylines I think I've seen in any game ever. And then we also get to look at her nails, which she has these little stars on and these different designs. I feel like nail customization in this game will let you do basically anything you want. You can put shapes on them, you can have any color, any pattern, whatever you want, basically. So that's really cool to see as well. I'm not some nail tech, but I know a lot of people will like that. Then we get to see Jason and Lucia inside of this vintage Vapid Stanier. Overall, I like this car a lot. I really like the vintage look. I think the color looks nice. And they end up showing us this car from multiple angles, which was really cool as well. They then show some of the guns that you can get from getting the vintage Vice City pack. Jason is holding this pistol here, but then it cuts to this right here where they have this back seat full of money and various weapons. We have what looks like a pistol as well as a submachine gun with some blue palm tree pattern on both. Then we get to see Jason holding what looks like a MAC-10 with the exact same blue palm tree pattern we've seen on the pistol and SMG in the last image. Then it shows Jason and Lucia dancing inside the club, and we see some dancers in the background. And then for the final image they give us, it is this shot of Jason and Lucia standing side by side like some crime partners with a nice sunset in the background. If you ask me, this is the perfect screenshot to end off this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, it took me a ton of time to make, and I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs before GTA 6 drops. I'm at 19 right now, guys. Like, I need the help. So please, if you could spare a subscription, if you like GTA 6 content, please bless your boy. I'm going to be here with GTA 6 Trailer 3 overanalyzation as well tomorrow. So look forward to that.